Hello everybody, I'm TheLazyKiwi and welcome to another building video. Today we will be building in Oasis Springs. It's been a while since I've just sat down and done a normal building video. The last build that I did, and I think even the one before that one, have all been just me making builds for my Barbie Legacy Challenge, which if you've not seen that yet, definitely check that out. It's one of my favorite series that I've ever done on my channel. I've been enjoying it so much, and I'm already to Generation 5, still busy with 4, but Generation 5 has been born, okay? I'm just saying. But yeah, this house has nothing to do with that, which is something I've really not done in a while, as I've mentioned. So today we will be building in Oasis Springs a little Mediterranean type styled house. At least that's the style I think it is. I'm not too familiar with house styles and stuff, but this is what Pinterest said a Mediterranean house was. So of course this is based off of a few images that I've seen on Pinterest. It's based off of like, I think 4 different houses that I really liked. So I took some elements of all of them and just threw them all into this one house, and I must say I absolutely love how this turned out. And yeah, I don't know, I think it's really pretty. We are currently busy with the exterior, as you can see, and the exterior is probably my favorite part about this house. I had so much fun not only making and decorating it, but just taking the screenshots and stuff in general. It was such a blast to me. And like I just mentioned, this is the first time in a while that I've made a build just for funsies. So just sitting back, thinking about a storyline and not worrying too much about money was so relaxing to me, because my other builds for my legacy have all been in a strict budget for the money that my Sims had in their household funds. Now I have infinite money and no worries whatsoever. So I decided to build this. This house also has no CC. The Barbie Legacy builds always do, because I use them in my custom like own games, you know, so I do like to use CC for those. But this one, I do not have any custom content used in it, and I love how it turned out. It's been a while since I've built without any custom content, so I did take a while with this one to build and find items that really matched that Mediterranean style that I'm going for, and I think I did a pretty good job with it. There's been so many packs and like little, what you call them, the small ones, the kits. There's been so many kits and stuff that came out in the meantime since I've last just sat down and built a house like this. So there are so many items that I have not really ever played with before, because I've only been using CC items, and here and there a few items that I've already known were in the game. So it was fun, but also a little intimidating to get back into building like this and see all of these items that I've never really used, and it was pretty intimidating. But this house is a 3-bathroom, 2-bedroom house, which is rare for me to make a house with more bathrooms than it has bedrooms. And not to mention, there's 3 bedrooms, I mean bathrooms, and there's only 2 grown Sims in this house, at least for my personal save file there will be. But the way I like imagined them was that this house belongs to a husband and a wife, and the wife is currently pregnant. So they have 3 bathrooms for 2 people at this point, because the 3rd one is not even in this world yet. So yeah, I just thought that was fun though. At least now they do have a lot of options, and I absolutely love the bathrooms. I do only keep in this recording me decorating one of the bathrooms, so the other bathrooms I will of course put in the screenshots at the end, so you will see them, they just won't be shown like me actually furnishing them. So that's some of the only things that I cut out. I think out of all of the interior, the only things that I did cut out were 2 of the bathrooms and the upstairs hallway, because it was just a little boring, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this house took quite a while, as I mentioned, to make. I think it took me around 6 hours. I think it was a long time to make this, but the main reason it took me so long, I think, is because I really wanted to decorate this house like people are living here. It's cluttered, there's items on every surface, and I think I achieved that pretty well, but you guys would have to let me know at the end of this if you think I did a good job on this. And yeah, I don't know, I think I really love this house. I do want to put this up in the gallery, but I have been mentioning a few times that I want to add all of my builds on the gallery at once, and that has been so overwhelming. I've been procrastinating that a lot. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put on a few random builds, including this one, onto the gallery. I don't know when, if I'm gonna do that like straight when this video comes out or if it's gonna be later, but I will probably put it in the description when it is up on the gallery. But I just have to figure out which builds I want to put up and so on and so forth, because a lot of the builds, when I make them, I just don't even save them into my library, so I do have to go and check which save they're in and all that jazz, you know, so it is a heck of a process for me. I should have just from the start added them, but I just was so stuck on the idea of making a customized save file where all of the builds are special to that save file, and I still really love that idea, but it's just taking such a long time because sometimes I'm not in a building mood for like months on end. Like now is an example. I have not built for probably like 3 months without custom content for my save file, you know. So it has been a long time since I have actually worked on this save file. So I feel so bad to just kind of gatekeep my builds. I show them to you. I'm like, look at this pretty build that I made. You can't download it though, like go away, you know? So, so yeah, I do want to see if I can place this one up as well as a few others. But like I said, I do have to still see which ones. So it will hopefully not take too long for me to do that, but I will put it in the description once I do. But anyway, I am now, as you can see, busy with the pathings and the lawn and the foliage and whatnot. And that is also one of my favorite parts of this house. Since they are in a desert, I didn't want it to make it too extremely lush, but I did also want to add almost like the oasis in Oasis Springs into this house. So a lot of greenery in the front, like it's very almost, I would say, tropical in a way. Palm trees, a lot of like palm type plants like these that I'm placing, as you can see. And I don't know, I feel like I did a really good job in making this place look like there's a lot of plant life, but nothing too crazy, like a bunch of roses and stuff that I don't think would really survive well in this climate. I know nothing about plants, maybe they would, but I don't think roses are really like a desert plant, besides like the desert rose, of course, I know that much. But yeah, in the back of the house, it's not as lush. I wanted to make it feel a little bit more deserty in the back, because this is Oasis Springs, it's the desert world, one of them at least. So I just added like these little pebble stony places with some cacti and rocks, you know, dry looking stuff. But yeah, as I said a bunch of times now, this house is one of my favorites that I've done in a while. I really wanted to just sit down and take my sweet time with this. I didn't want to feel rushed, so I did also record this over a few sections, like 3 separate recordings, rather than just sitting down and recording everything at once, like every single thing in one sitting, which is something I've done a lot in the past. Sometimes it's easier, but a lot of the times when I do record like that, I get almost overwhelmed and I just want to finish the build, like get it over with and just get it done. So I do end up rushing things and not putting as much thought into it. And I could see that happening at a point in this house, so I decided to just stop recording, come back to it later, and that really did help me in the end. I feel like this house would have turned out a lot worse if I didn't just take a break from building for a while. So that's a tip I can give you guys. If you guys are struggling with your builds and stuff, just don't do it all in one sitting if you do want to go into a lot of detail, because those details take time. It's not like a quick process. And yeah, like I said, this took me around 6 hours, and it's not even that big of a build. So I feel like, to me at least, someone who has been building for a while since the game came out, I was building in this game, so for me at least that is a long time. But for cluttering and stuff like that, and these tiny little details, it do like take time. So I don't know, I feel like that's just a little tip. Take your time, don't try to rush it. And another thing, Pinterest is really nice if you want to look up specific styles. Like for me, for this house, I looked up a lot of Mediterranean references for this. Obviously, I don't think it's completely perfect because I am still working on my styles, but I'm getting there, I think, at least, maybe, hopefully. But anyway, I do want to start talking a little bit about the story that I have planned for these Sims, because I was sitting here thinking, because obviously I want to do this for my save file, so I was thinking of what is the family that I want to like make for this house. And normally I would think of the story first, but as I said, I really just wanted to shut off my brain and make this build. So I wasn't really thinking about it too much beforehand, and that was a problem when it came to actually thinking about the family. But once I got the idea, it just kept flowing. So as I mentioned, it's a husband and his wife. They live here in this beautiful, beautiful Oasis Springs Mediterranean style house. And the wife is currently pregnant with their first and probably only baby. And the reason I'm saying first and only is because life is not all rainbows and sunshines for this household. Probably now, as they are living here, it is, but there is an affair. There is an affair happening, and obviously once somebody finds out about an affair, it's not really like, oh, I forgive you, let's keep going. Not always, at least sometimes it does happen, which I personally think is silly, but I don't want to yuck anybody's yum, I guess. But yeah, so the husband of this house is having an affair with the neighbor, no less. I'm going to make another household. I've not even made these Sims yet, no less. But anyway, I'm gonna make their neighbors be like a grandma and a grandpa and their daughter. So I say grandma and grandpa, but it's like mother and father, but they are old. And then their young adult daughter, and she is this next door neighbor. So it's gonna be a small household, but there is gonna be a big drama, because I am personally thinking that maybe this household is really, really good friends with the wife of this household, like long-time family friends. The wife has been friends with the daughter for a really long time. The grandparents, or well, the parents, the old parents, have been besties with this wife's parents. So it's like a long-standing family friendship. Everybody in the family knows them, and they know everybody from their family. So like, it's a really close-knit family friend situation. Like, they come over for Sunday dinners or Sunday lunches or whatever, and they go over there. Maybe their pool is bigger. I've not built the house yet, but like, you get the point. Maybe the pool is bigger, so they spend a lot of times when it's really hot over there. Stuff like that. Like, it's really such a close relationship with these neighbors. So it's not just like your ordinary neighborly friendship. It's like big time family friends. Like, these people saw her grow up, they saw her go through school, all that jazz. And then there's the affair. The husband just could not help himself, because of course this neighborly lady is way hotter than his wife, in his eyes at least, because his wife is pregnant. So obviously her body is going through a lot of changes, and I do think that's when the affair started. I personally think that the affair started when she became pregnant and she started like growing a bit, and her belly obviously got a lot bigger because she's carrying a child. And this husband, the scum of the earth that he is, thought that that was just unacceptable, and the neighbor with her totally hot bod was just so much better. So he obviously started an affair, because that's the only logical thing you could possibly do when your wife is pregnant with your child. Like, duh. Out of context, if someone ever like takes that out of context, that would just be insane. Please never. But yeah, we are onto the kitchen now, and I really wanted it to feel homey, like they are living here. It's not just some rental house or something. So I did add, like I mentioned, a lot of clutter. So yeah, this house is beautiful in my opinion, and very cluttered, but it's not too big. Like, it's not ginormous or anything like that, and I do think that adds like a certain charm to this house, and also helped me to not spend 12 hours on this house. Like, oh my days, I can't even imagine if this house was bigger. But yeah, anyway, do let me know what you think of the story that I'm thinking up for this. Of course, if you have any better or other ideas, let me know, because as I mentioned, I did not have too much time to think about this family and their dynamics and all that. So there's a lot of room for changes and expansion in this family. But the only things that I am certain of is that she's pregnant and her husband is cheating on her. And she obviously does not know. If she knew, I don't think she would stay with him. Well, maybe. Like I said, there are cases of that happening. But yeah, this house, like I said, has 2 bedrooms. One of these bedrooms are for the parents, and then the other bedroom is just a little nursery. There's a crib in there, but then also everything you would need for an infant to toddler besides the toddler bed. So there's no toddler bed in there, but there's like the potty and the little like chair thing, and I don't remember if they need anything else. But yeah, I think everything you need for them is there. But yeah, this house has the kitchen, and then to the side here that we're busy with, we have a little like breakfast nook with only 2 chairs, because like I said, it's just them at this point. They do not have the baby yet. But there is also a slightly more formal sitting area. It is, however, also like an open floor plan with the living space. So it's not extremely formal, like its whole entire own room and all that jazz, but it is more formal given that there's more seating space and whatnot, and it's a much bigger, nicer table. But yeah, we are onto the one and only bathroom that I'm going to show. Most of the bathrooms looks like semi the same, like exactly the same style, same like counters, toilet, all that jazz, and more or less even a lot of the same decor, I would say. So nothing too special about the other bathrooms, and yeah, that's mainly the reason why I cut them out, because there's not a lot to like know about them besides the fact that the same toilet is in every single bathroom. But yeah, as you can see, I am doing a lot of cluttering. I could have possibly added more clutter to everything, but I also didn't want it to look like dirty or like these people don't take care of their house. I just wanted it to look lived in, but not like over the top, like there's clutter on everything everywhere, and it's not like neat clutter, it's like this house has been lived in and never cleaned type of clutter, you know. But yeah, the living space is where I was kind of starting to feel like, oh, I need to take a break now or I'm going to lose my mind. So the living room is a little less detailed, I would say, because I did want to finish the living room before I took a break. So I don't know, me personally at least feels like it's a little lackluster, but maybe you think otherwise. Maybe you think it's your favorite room in the entire house. But let me know, of course, when we're done with all of this, which room in the house is your favorite, or is it the exterior? Because the exterior personally is my favorite, or the kitchen. I love to furnish kitchens. I don't know what it is about them, but the entire kitchen is just one of my favorite spaces to put furniture into. It's such a random space to love to furnish. Like, I feel like bedrooms and stuff would be more fun, but nope, it's the kitchen for me. The kitchen is my favorite part. I usually also always start with the kitchen because I'm most excited about it. I don't know. But in this living space, as you can see, we also have this nice little desk space because I did want a computer in this house and I didn't know where else to put it. So this little nook where the stairs are is where I decided to place the PC in this house. And then this door that's like adjacent or next to the stairs. I don't know what adjacent. anyway, I'm just gonna move on. That door is another bathroom, so that is the second downstairs bathroom that we have. And then next to that we have the like normal sitting space with a TV and everything. I so desperately wanted to add a fireplace into this house because we have a chimney on this house, but I just did not know where the heck I would place that. Like, I was searching. I think I did cut it out, but I had a fireplace. I was putting it on a bunch of different walls and nothing made sense to me. So yeah, it's a little weird, but this house has a fireplace, but no, well, it has a chimney, but no fireplace. So that is a bit strange, but maybe we can imagine that this house was semi-recently renovated and they did not like the fireplace, so they just took it out. And now they have a chimney leading to no fireplace. Yes, of course. But anyway, I was like just thinking now, something popped into my head for the storyline. I don't know if it would be fun, like more fun, to add the pregnant Sims mother and father also into this world, or would it be more fitting to the storyline to say that her mom and dad had maybe passed away, maybe they left this house to her, and then the other mom and dad of the affair child, you know, well, not affair child, but the one who is having an affair, that one, maybe they semi kind of raised this pregnant Sim, like maybe from her teen years up, they were the ones who took care of her because obviously she couldn't live on her own, and well, they semi kind of adopted her. I think that could also be a fun idea, but I don't know. You guys must let me know what you think about the storyline. If you have anything else you'd like to add or anything like that. Personally, I do kind of like the idea that maybe her parents had passed and, you know, she now kind of sees like these neighbors as her family. I feel like that makes the affair so much worse. I don't know about it, but you guys will have to let me know, of course. But yeah, that is pretty much gonna be almost everything for this build. So if you guys have any like questions or stuff, let me know. And of course, as always, there will be a bunch of screenshots at the end of this, so for the rooms that I did cut out and things that maybe you missed, you will see them in the screenshots. And I'm gonna try to upload more screenshots of more angles and stuff, so the screenshots might take a little while. So if you're not interested in that, don't mind clicking off the video, but if you do want to check them out, I am adding more for you guys who do like the screenshots, so that you guys can see more of the build and more of the things that I did not add into this video. But like I said, most of everything I did add, so I didn't cut a lot out. That's also why this video is a little bit longer than some of my other builds. Although it's still not extremely long, I did cut out like unnecessary things that just did not work for this video. So it's not like insane amounts of like content, but I don't know if you guys want like longer building videos, or if you like them like this where they're kind of like a medium length. Let me know that as well. There's a lot of things you have to let me know at this point. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider liking and subscribing to my channel, as it really does help me out, and I will definitely see you all in another video. Goodbye, everybody.